This Nova Scotia capital is actually closer to Dublin, Ireland than it is to Victoria, British Columbia.
Skip.
In this Scandinavian language, flour is a blomst.
Skip.
Who is the outgoing Speaker of the House?
Paul Ryan.
A boat with twin hulls in parallel is known as a...
Can you repeat that?
A boat with twin hulls in parallel is known as a what?
Pontoon boat.
What is the only mammal that can actually fly, not just soar?
A bat.
This Nova Scotia capital is actually closer to Dublin, Ireland than it is Victoria, British Columbia.
I don't know.
In this Scandinavian language, flour is a blomst.
I don't know.
Time. All right. Not gonna lie, when he said Skip, I thought he thought that was the name of a town
I did.
in Nova Scotia.
Skip
Later,
Nova Scotia.
Yeah. This is Frankie and Skip, Nova Scotia. The weather here is Skippy. Blomst. That was good. That, you know what?
yeah.
That was really, really filled with answers and non-answers.
All right, let's bring Hot Wings in.
Yeah. Buddy.
Hot Wings
right.
makes his way back.
Hi, Hot Wings.
The only
Hey.
area colder than our studio. I will never understand why the studio will. We finally have a thermostat in here. It was 71 when we started. It fell to 60. Now it's back to 64.
It's
no
all
one
over the
has
place.
touched.
It's all
the
over the
thermostat.
place. I will say this today, in a weird rarity, the hallway is warmer than in here.
It's been that way all week.
Part
Well,
of
it's
it
got
is
the- it's
part of
got
it is
the-
because the little heater is
Yeah,
there.
the space heater. It's been running
Yeah.
for weeks. It's finally
So
gotten
to
it's,
catch
real,
up.
it's really
All right.
the heater is hot, and I put it in my pants.
Hot Wings, it is your turn on Dumber Than the Show Trivia. Hot Wings edition, $400 on the line for this Justin, who is on hold. Justin's in Pennsylvania. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your turn begins in 3, 2, 1. This Nova Scotia capital is actually closer to Dublin, Ireland than it is to Victoria, British Columbia.
Pass.
In this Scandinavian language, flour is a blomst.
Say that again, please.
In this Scandinavian language, a flower is a blomst.
I'm gonna say Swedish.
Who is the outgoing Speaker of the House?
Paul Ryan.
A boat with twin hulls in parallel is known as a...
Catamaran.
What is the only mammal that can actually fly, not just soar?
A bat.
This Nova Scotia capital is actually closer to Dublin, Ireland than it is to Victoria, British Columbia.
Oh, God. Capital Nova Scotia is... I don't know, Victoria.
Time.
I know I'll know when I hear it, but I'm drawing a total blank on that.
Justin rejoins us.
Hello.
Let's score this game. This Nova Scotia capital is actually closer to Dublin, Ireland than it is to Victoria, British Columbia. Nova Scotia on the east, British Columbia on the western edge of Canada.
Yep.
Halifax.
Halifax!
Nova Scotia. He passed twice. Hot Wings said Victoria.
I don't even know if that's a town there.
It's a good song by the Kinks.
In this Scandinavian language, flour is a blomst. Justin did not guess. He skipped and passed. Hot Wings said Swedish. It is Norwegian. We are tied at 0.
Okay.
Who is the outgoing Speaker of the House? Hot Wings said Paul Ryan. So did Justin.
Yeah.
1-1. That is correct. A boat with twin hulls in parallel is known as a... Hotwing said catamaran. Justin said pontoon.
Yeah.
The answer I had was catamaran, but I did a quick search. Pontoon is also acceptable. We are tied at 2.
That-
It is not because
Common
there is no
example.
hull on a pontoon.
Oh,
That's what I thought, but I did how many hulls on a pontoon, not Pantene, and it said common examples of multi-hull boats include catamarans and pontoons.
Have you ever been on a pontoon? And well, Hot Wings, you got on a lot of boat adventures.
I've been on
your
pontoons.
friend's
I
And
don't think it counts.
does
but
anyone
this-
ever crawl into the floaty things? Like that's
yeah,
the
I didn't
hull,
think because
right?
it didn't go underwater
It's just
at all.
it's a sailing
I
deck.
don't. I honestly. I mean. I don't know.
It's not
I'm
a
just
sailing
basing it
deck.
on how many hulls on a pontoon, and then it gives.
I mean. I know I'm right.
Well, let's
but I
go
don't
to-
know about pontoon.
Catamaran was definitely right. Okay, I'm giving him 2.
I'm
What
gonna-
is the only mammal that can actually fly, not just soar? Howing said bats. Justin said bats. The answer is bats, and we're tied at 3. Joe, you're unsatisfied with whether or not pontoons have hulls?
I mean, I am.
Do we need to put
I-
a pin in this and let
Yeah.
actual boat people call in and tell us?
Well,
Is a pontoon a hull?
we don't have
D-
to.
Someone just wrote and said, "Is a pontoon is not a catamaran." Yes, we know that
Yeah,
part.
we got
that part. We
that.
know.
Yeah, is
Thanks
a
for
whale
no help.
fuzzy? Come on.
Idiot.
Well, I mean, we don't have it. If it's tied, it's tied. We still have the time.
Okay, let's see. Types of boat hulls.
And that
Hulls
is
that plane,
okay.
hulls that displace, flat bottom hulls. That was just a bad question
That sounds
that I got
like
from Jeopardy.
sounded like a nursery rhyme.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a Jeopardy question, you'd think they'd have that right. They have
Yeah.
all those researchers.
And Hot Wings
All right.
gave the answer that you had.
Yeah, I thought that was. Well, I mean, I don't care.
Let's
It's not
go
up
to
to me to decide.
Let's go to the time to settle this one. We're tied at 3.
Yes.
Joe, what was Hot Wings' time?
Hot Wings time was 54:02.
A little slow.
Little, a lot.
Yeah.
What was
Really wanted to come up with Halifax. Couldn't do
Justin's time?
Justin's time was 104:43.
it.
man.
Oh my God! You might not be dumber than you're slower than me, though.
Well, that was determined at the beginning. Yeah.
Justin, it was close.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you, man.